All right, Mike, I'm down in my basement right now. So you can see it's a little bit in disarray. I kind of had to tear this down. But if you look, I've got screw jacks, but much better is I've got bottle jacks here. They're standing on 4x4s, and I've got a 6x6. This is a 10-foot 6x6 run across here, and that lifts the weight off of the house. The way I'm pushing the wall out is I took a 8-foot treated 4x4 and cut it about 2 feet back at a 45 and then cut it off. So I have two 2-foot long 45 degree stubs and hammer drilled into the wall about 4 feet up and into the floor. And so you see how I've got this is about a 4-foot piece of 4x4 and a bottle jack and a metal plate, obviously, so you don't just smash the wood in front there. And so once you dig out your house, you have to dig out everything because if there's dirt there, you're not going to be able to push the wall. But if you do that and then you lift the weight of the house, these are 12-ton jacks, by the way. Lift the weight of the house, you can push. And this actually hasn't moved as much as I want yet. I'm going to work on it more tomorrow. But in here, this is where it was really bad. And you can see before, there's steel I-beams that was put in this house right before we bought it. It was a condition of the previous purchaser. But anyway, so when they first put it, you can see they put mortar down here, which is coming out now. But there's mortar down here to fill the gap because as this I-beam is straight and the wall was crooked. Well, before, the wall was touching the I-beam at the top. And so they've got the I-beams. There's 9 of them. I've actually got 2 more over here I'm going to add for this room that I demoed so I can put one on either side of this window well, because you can see that big horizontal crack, and then there's another one right there, and it actually turns the corner. But just by lifting up, here's another 6x6 I've got here. Lifting up on this, and so I'm sure I can move it a little bit right now. You can hear the sound of it. Anyway, I'm not trying to get too crazy right now with it because it's late at night but so this area right in here was the worst. This is where the leaking was coming. You can see where the previous owner had put Flex Seal or something, which obviously didn't work. But it's moved quite a lot. There's 1.5 inches, and I think I can move it some more. Ideally, actually, that's actually really good right there. That's probably right where it should be. I'll have to go outside and really look at it in the morning. Over here's where I dug my sump pump pit. So this is a 3-foot, 36 by 36 hole, 36 inches deep, and we've dug down. There's actually water down there because I power washed my the basement walls outside earlier. But that hole there, it actually goes under the footing all the way out to the trench that we dug. So when we put this down in there, we're going to run some plastic perforated tubing, and we're going to bury that in rock. So the rock's going to really be the drainage system, but the plastic tubing is just kind of a little extra to make sure that you've always got a passage for water to flow. That way in the future, because this cracking it's caused partly because of the poor drainage on this house, and partly because, it's just a lot of factors. But anyway, you can see over here, this one hasn't hardly moved at all. And I think it's because these screw jacks aren't lifting enough of the weight up, but I'm not for sure yet. But this side wasn't really so bad. So if it doesn't really move, I'm just really thrilled that we moved this out so freaking much. And since these were set before, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shim them, put some treated lumber. Looks like I can just about fit it. I did fit 2x4s over there. I can just about fit one here. I probably can if I give it a couple more pumps on my jack. And then I bought 2 more of these I-beams There's a fabricator in town. He charged me $75. This is a 7'7" I-beam. He welded a little foot with 2 holes. So I'm going to use my 1/2-inch hammer drill bit and drill out. And I'm going to put one right next to this 4x4. And I'm going to obviously remove that wood there and put it flush with the wall. And I'm going to put one over here. And that I-beam, let's see if I can turn this light on. That I-beam is going to sit right next to this joist up here. And we'll drill a hole in the joist. There's already a hole in the I-beam. So we'll put a 1/2-inch or 3/4 bolt or something through there. But more importantly, I'm going to take a board. I'm going to cut this down. But I'll take this is a 2x10. And I'm going to cut that. It'll be about 3 feet long. And I'll construction glue it against this one and screw it together. I'll show you one that they did over here. So on this one, they actually embedded the I-beams into the concrete, but I'm just going to lag screw them in. I think that'll be just fine. But it goes up, and then they've got, this is screwed and it's glued together. So if the wall ever wants to start pushing, it's going to push on this. Now, the guy that's kind of guided me on this, he says that the best practice would be to put on both sides and then make a double 2x10 plate in the middle. So when it's pushing on 2 joists instead of 1. So I think he's probably got a good point there. I don't know if I've got enough lumber to do that today or not. But so anyway, but that's how we're going to do the inside. The outside, there's some different options we can use. The best option is to spray foam insulation all over Clorox the entire surface of this back wall, and that'll pretty much permanently waterproof it forever. Well, I don't think I'm going to do that because the spray foam kit's about $700, and I'm already in this pretty deep. The excavator guy charged me $1,000, which is really not a bad price because the other guy wanted $4,000. But I paid him, that was $1,000. I've got, I'm not sure how much I've got in materials in this. Probably another 500 so far. I've bought a hammer drill, and I bought an impact drill, and of course I bought all this lumber and the freaking screws. Man, these screws are about $7 a piece. If you buy them in bulk, I bought 2 20 packs for $79 each, so it saved me, quote unquote. Oh, one other thing is if you've got a solid cast concrete wall like this and you're going to push it out, on the outside you've got to put lag screws down against here. You can even see here there's a bit of a gap, and that's where the wall, since the wall's not fused to this to the floor or to the footing, it wants to push out. So I had to put lag screws all along down there to hold it in place so it wouldn't move. But anyway, I'll make another video tomorrow to show you what we've done outside. All right.